Rising prices have become a common concern for many people, affecting everything from groceries to housing. Understanding who actually benefits from these price increases is crucial for both consumers and the broader economy. When prices go up, some businesses and sectors may see higher profits, while others struggle to keep up. By examining the winners and losers in this process, we gain insight into how economic forces shape our daily lives. This knowledge can help consumers make more informed decisions and policymakers craft better solutions. Price increases can be traced to several fundamental causes. One of the most common is the relationship between supply and demand. When demand for a product rises or supply becomes limited, prices tend to go up. Inflation, which is the general rise in prices across an economy, also contributes by reducing the purchasing power of money over time. Additionally, external shocks such as natural disasters, geopolitical events, or sudden changes in resource availability can disrupt markets and drive prices higher. Understanding these factors helps explain why prices fluctuate in everyday life. When prices rise, producers and manufacturers often experience an increase in profit margins. This is because higher prices can lead to greater revenue for each unit sold, especially if production costs remain stable. As a result, companies may see improved financial performance and have more resources to invest in innovation or expansion. Additionally, increased revenue can strengthen a business's competitive position within the market. However, these benefits depend on the ability to maintain sales volumes despite the higher prices. Retailers and distributors play a significant role in shaping the final prices that consumers pay. When market conditions change, such as during supply shortages or increased demand, these intermediaries may adjust their pricing strategies to maintain profitability. By monitoring trends and anticipating shifts, they can capitalize on opportunities to increase margins or move inventory more efficiently. Their decisions often influence the pace and extent of price hikes seen by the public. Understanding their role helps explain why prices can fluctuate rapidly in response to market dynamics. When companies increase their prices and see a rise in profits, investors and shareholders often benefit directly. Higher profits can lead to increased dividends, improved stock performance, and greater returns on investment. This positive financial outlook may attract more investors, further boosting the company's market value. However, these gains are closely tied to the company's ability to maintain sales volumes despite higher prices. Ultimately, the financial health of shareholders is linked to how well the company balances profitability with customer demand. When prices rise, governments often see an increase in tax revenues, as higher prices can lead to greater income from sales taxes and corporate profits. This additional revenue can be used to fund public services and infrastructure projects, potentially stimulating further economic growth. However, governments also face challenges in this environment. Inflation can increase the cost of public spending and put pressure on budgets, while citizens may demand more support to cope with higher living expenses. Balancing these opportunities and challenges is a key task for policymakers during periods of rising prices. When prices rise, consumers are typically the first to feel the impact. Everyday essentials like groceries, fuel, and utilities can become noticeably more expensive, stretching household budgets. As a result, many people may need to reconsider their spending habits, prioritizing necessities and cutting back on non-essential purchases. This shift in behavior can influence broader economic trends, as reduced consumer spending affects businesses and the overall market. Certain groups bear a disproportionate burden from these changes, particularly low-income households and small businesses. For many families with limited resources, even small increases in costs can strain already tight budgets, making it harder to afford basic necessities. Small businesses often lack the financial resilience of larger corporations, leaving them vulnerable to economic shifts. These disparities can widen existing social inequalities and contribute to broader challenges within communities, such as reduced economic mobility and increased stress on social support systems. When prices rise, the immediate beneficiaries are often producers and companies able to charge more for their goods and services. However, these gains can be offset by increased costs for raw materials and labor, making the overall impact less straightforward. Consumers typically feel the strain most, as their purchasing power diminishes and everyday expenses climb. The effects ripple through the economy, influencing everything from wage negotiations to government policy. Ultimately, while some may profit in the short term, widespread price increases create complex challenges that affect society as a whole. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this information helpful and engaging. Stay tuned for more content on similar topics in the future.